control your brain and your ideas, your thoughts, your actions, your discipline, your life is limitless, right? And I didn't know I said it. I didn't remember saying it. And then she tells me that it was so impactful for her that she started a company to help people manufacture and develop their own ideas and dreams and business models. And it was called abacaxi, which means pineapple in Portuguese. And so, coming full circle, she told me that I was the inspiration to help her build that brand, right? So now here I am. Here I launched this career. I'm opening up to her and confiding in her and telling her about my ideas. And she's like, remember, it's not about you, man. The people that are coming, they're not coming to listen to you. Like, they need to know what you've done, and then they can take and apply to their life so that they can be successful. So that's what is behind it. That's what this is about, okay? So to start that illustration, I am an American. I grew up here. My wife is Brazilian. My daughter, one was born here, one was born in America, or in Brazil, sorry. And growing up as a kid, I thought that this hierarchy of success was the standard. This is the gold standard of success. If you got the middle podium and you got the gold medal, you trained for 4 years for a chance to operate and to win a gold medal for your country and the pride of a nation. This is it. This is the highest level. But if you set your goals and your dreams in your life, whether it's fitness or your business or your relationship, if this is the gold standard, there's nothing past that. That's it. There's more gold medals. And Simone Biles and Michael Phelps, and there are a lot of great athletes that have multiple medals that achieve greatness, but there was nothing to thrive past that. So if you need motivation to continue on with your quest, whatever your goal is that you gave me in the dish, right? If you need that, you got to set something further. So I challenge you to change the hierarchy of the way you set goals. And instead of the Olympic podium, which is the standard for excellence and maybe the greatest feat of all sport, well, what if you change it into a mountain climber? And what if it's a continued escalation upwards? Right? So here you are, and you have an idea, and you're grinding it out, and you're working up, and you're coming up here, and you get to that first summit, and you're like, I've achieved it. There's nothing better. That's just the highest you can get. But then the fog goes away, the sun comes out, the clouds part, and you look at the distance, and you see another mountain range that's higher and further. Right? So if you continue to reestablish new goals for your dreams, you're never going to stop evolving. Okay? So, of course, you guys got to see it in real action, right? So you want to know how it works in real time. All right? So I'm going to give you a real story about my journey and how I ended up here. How I became the face of the pizza industry, how I became a champion eating pizza, and I'll show you the different steps. So, the first step is inception. It's going to start with an idea, right? All the ideas you wrote on your business card, that's a dream, that's a wish, that's a hope, right? So that's the inception. That's among us right now. I'm not going to disrespect your dreams, okay? I'm going to do what illustrate that there are 8 billion people on planet Earth. We are part of that. Scientifically speaking, there are 55 to 65,000 thoughts per day that each of us have as a human. So, all of your dreams, wishes, desires, all of them have the risk of coming into your brain. Oh, that's a good idea. I should do that. Oh, I haven't seen that in the marketplace. I should develop that. I should have done this. I should do this. If you don't put any action behind it, this becomes trash. Well, even worse than trash. This becomes susceptible to somebody picking up your dream. So let's say I threw your dreams on the floor, and they're just amongst us. Because everybody's ideas every day that aren't putting energy behind them to develop them. You just sometimes we'll pick it up. Somebody else can develop your idea, your concept, your dream. Monetize it, and then start living what you were meant to do. Right? So I look at it that way. I'm like, oh, all these dreams that somebody just never followed up with their own ideas. Right? So mine was, I want to change the image of pizza from junk food to health food. I want to uplift my industry. I own Tour de Pizza. And I want to change lives by showing that pizza was a healthy food. I want to put my pizza where my mouth was. So in this process, this process can be used in many, many areas of your life. It's a ramp-up period. So from inception, you got to ramp it up, right? You got to start putting ideas behind it. So first start, go to Google, look and see if there's competition. Are there things that exist in the marketplace? Are trademark infringement? Can you get distribution? Can you get a retail space? right? So you start to look at the research, and then you see, oh, that might be a good idea. Might be some merit behind it. Let me see if I can keep the depth in this. You kind of work it up, and then you get to the friend and family zone, right? Where you confide in your best friends and your spouses and your business partners, right? And then you start to see if they like the idea, if they think it's good, if you should risk your money and open a store, if you should take this dream or go back to school, right? Make a career change, whatever it is. But I caution you, a lot of times people give feedback based on their limiting beliefs. They give feedback based on what they think is capable or possible of their own life. They're not projecting their fears onto you deliberately. But if you hold too much value in their assessment of your dream, a lot of dreams die right here. Is it? Oh, my dad says it's a bad idea, I quit. Oh, I don't think, that was too risky, too much money involved, I can't do that. Right? How many people struggle to get up here? Now, eventually you get enough confidence, right? You start to work it out, you start, you know what? I know it's risky, but I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to open a restaurant, I'm going to invent something, I'm going to do whatever. So you finally get to a point of formation. Here I am. Wow, look at this. Feels good up here, solid. Feels good. I'm going to be successful with this, right? So you take the risk, right? So what does formation mean? Formation is nothing more than you took the next step necessary, the next action step to start a company. Go to SunBiz, register with a tax ID number, register your business with the state, get a sales license, go to the bank account, get a free bank account, now you have a commerce site, and you're a business. Now the great thing about the modern world is people get so caught up with like, oh, it's so hard to own a business. It really isn't. You know, from an idea you have today, if you haven't formed a corporation or a business around it, a lot of people can just step up. Register it, a couple $100 in investment, you can incorporate, you can have a website, you can start your commerce today. That's how easy it is, right? So then how do you get from formation to making it your passion? Right? How do you get to the next step? And see, it's a little bit wobbly, right? There's one screw missing. I left it off on purpose because this level here is the uncertainty part. This part here to go from formation, and there's probably a lot of people who we know that have LLCs or websites or commerce that they never developed. They registered it, they set it up, they had an intent on building something out of it, and then they never put the action steps behind it to complete it. So now here you are, and this is now starting to make money. You're starting to make a little bit of side cash, a little side hustle. You're passionate about this, but it doesn't replace your income. This is your income. This is how you pay your bills. This is stability for your family. This is what you already are doing. It's safe. You work for someone else, right? So this right here is uncertain. It's like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I love it, and this is my passion, but my passion doesn't pay my bills. So how do you get to the old adage of if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life? That's here. It's a little bit more stable. Feels more stable, right? But it's still a job, right? All of my business owners that are out there, I know a lot of you out there, like we work more hours than we would if we worked for someone else. We have a perception that we have more freedom of our time, that we have more freedom of our life, that we can schedule what we want because we're the boss, right? But the reality of it is, we're always on the hook. We get all the burdens, we get all the stresses, we get all the fears, we get all the risks. We never disconnect from the restaurant. I mean, I know when I'm not off, or when I am off, phone, hey, the refrigeration doesn't work, and somebody doesn't come in, and this is that, and right? So you're never really free, right? But this here gives you unlimited potential for the future. You're working for a better tomorrow. You're working to build something to maybe pass to your children, to your children's children. Building a brand and being a part of a community so you can give back with your resources. And then you want to get to a point where you scale to where you have passive income and freedom of time. This is the dream of business owners, right? So this is the hierarchy of success. So I'll give it to you in my pizza diet story. I wanted to invent the pizza diet. I wanted to change the game. I wanted to build it up. And I got right here. Boom! All right, you invented the 30-day pizza diet. I've already lost 25 pounds. I already got international exposure media-wise. I am on my way to stardom, right? Couldn't tell me any different. Now, before viral videos were a thing, kids, there was a thing called the AP Wire, which was the Associated Press. And if something was newsworthy, it went on a wire, and every news station around the world could tap into that. And whatever was credible from their department was real. And so then people call and get interviews and want to know about this amazing thing that someone does. So for me, in 2009, I was the AP Wire viral sensation before viral sensations. A man eats nothing but pizza, loses 25 pounds in 30 days, lowered his cholesterol 86 points, and we got to know how it works. So I was a global sensation. While the iron was hot, I wanted to maximize my efforts. So People Magazine called. That's for the younger kids. It's a paper magazine. It was printed, and you had to buy them in a store and then read them. It didn't come on a phone. So then the People Magazine called. They said, "We heard about your unconventional pizza diet. We want to tell the world how you're going to deliver your message." And the idea at the time was, I'm going to ride a bicycle from St. Pete, Florida, to New York City to deliver my message to the pizza capital that pizza is a healthy food. So that was my idea. So I knew it was risky, but I went and I built up all my ramp-up period. I don't know how many times I started out. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to go. And then I get up here and I'm like, oh, okay.